It is the unthinkable. A father allegedly killing his daughter on what was her 11th birthday. That's the allegation this morning after an Amber Alert ends with the discovery of a body in a Brampton.
It's Jeffries coming to you live and alive from the city of Jeffries. It's a show called Open-Minded, Not Blinded. Today is a show with it's breaking news. It's a different type of topic. It's a different type of subject, but it's all in affiliation with what we do here, getting you to challenge your mindset. This show is for you and about you. And right now, we're just going to take a listen to this news clip before I continue.
Home. And that's where we find our Tammy Sutherland at the scene, and we are hoping to learn more about what happened here, Tammy.
Exactly, Melanie, and that is one of the most heartbreaking parts of this story, the fact that this 11-year-old was killed on what was her 11th birthday on Valentine's Day. Now, little Riya Rajkumar, she was out with a visit with her father, but she was supposed to be returned to her mother at a specific time yesterday, and when she wasn't, that's when concerns started, and it mounted again when her 41-year-old father, according to police, began to make some disturbing comments about possibly harming himself and his daughter. That triggered.
All right. So she was 11 years old, and it was her birthday on Valentine's Day. Now, I am not the judge, the jury, or executioner. However, I see no valid reason for any individual to harm another individual. Worse yet, a vulnerable person. Worse yet, somebody who is not in same power or strength category as you. Worse yet, somebody that's related to you. Worse yet, somebody that's your offspring. I cannot condone it, I cannot co-sign it, and I cannot tolerate it. So here I am to advocate against it. I'm saying there needs to be some sort of better solution, because it seems like it's just going to get worse. We have people being run over in Toronto. We have people taking other people's life in different parts of the world. It's getting closer and closer to home. Now, I say this for more than one reason. My geographical location right now, currently, is in Brampton, Ontario. This happened in Brampton, Ontario last night in my backyard. But this is not why I'm speaking about it. This is not why I'm passionate about it. I myself also have a daughter. My daughter just turned 7 on Sunday. So, literally 2 or 3 days before this happened. I also got the Amber Alert last night. It woke me up more than one time. We'll speak more about that just now. Let's continue to listen.
An Amber Alert that then led to the discovery of 41-year-old Roopesh Rajkumar and his silver Honda Civic up in the Orillia area. That's where he was arrested. The little girl, though, her body was found here in Brampton inside of a home that we believe was partially rented by her father.
So, he killed her in Brampton, Ontario, or he killed her somewhere and put her body in Brampton, Ontario, and he was found in Orillia, which is approximately an hour and around 12 minutes drive from here, from Brampton, Ontario. There's a few issues with what's taking place there. So they arrested him, and he's scheduled to appear in court sometime today or tomorrow. Now, I can understand how disturbing this is, not only for parents, but for children also. This is definitely going to leave a lot of questions. This is going to leave the classmates of that student confused. I can imagine parents, I want to give you some advice right now. And I think more of a suggestion. If I was in the situation, I would suggest some sort of counseling for your kids, some sort of intervention, and at least give them an open forum that when they're ready to talk about it, they know you're there to talk about it with them. Because I could understand how traumatic this could be for a lot of people in the situation, and even people who are an extension of the situation. This is not normal. This should not be normal. And I'm speaking about it because I don't want it to become normalized. This happened in our backyard, in our community. There's other situations that are similar happening as we speak. But if we play our part, most importantly, it can be minimized. I mean, sometimes the kidnapping can still take place. Sometimes some form of abuse can still take place. But it doesn't have to get so bad as murder. It doesn't have to get so bad where somebody loses a life. It doesn't have to get so bad that it gets to somebody being arrested, but a life is already lost. Because what is the arrest going to do? How much jail time he can get? What is it going to do? He may even beat the case. I don't know the situation, but I'm saying a life is already lost. A future for some individual that had so much potential is gone. What was she? Sometimes just a pawn in the situation. According to the news, there was some sort of disagreement between the mom and the dad, and it led to this. Now, we don't know the whole story. The newscasters themselves, they don't know the whole story. The people in the situation know the whole story. Sometimes it doesn't have to get so bad. I want to say, they mentioned Amber Alert. I got the Amber Alert too. And there's a lot of people, this caused a lot of controversy. Because I saw on Facebook, some people were complaining about the fact that the Amber Alert woke them up, which is totally understandable. And some people were bashing those people. We don't need to get there. This is exactly why these situations happen. Because we spend so much time arguing instead of agreeing. This is why these situations will continue to take place. Because we spend so much time globalizing the mediocre things and not giving enough attention or support to the major things. So it's easy for people to share the videos that are funny, the videos that don't make sense, the videos that can't educate or stimulate the minds. But they would not share the positive videos. They won't promote the positive videos. This is the issue we're having. It's easy for people to argue than agree. This show, Open-Minded Not Blind, is all about compliments, not complaints. It's about agreements, not arguments. It's about efforts, not excuses. It's about building, not bragging. It's for you and about you. Challenge your mindsets. There should be no need after somebody lost their life that people are fighting on Facebook and taking away from the bigger picture. The bigger picture, the bigger story should have been the person who lost their life. There should have been posts, there should have been comments, there should have been likes, there should have been emojis surrounding the fact that this young girl lost her life. Instead, the attention went to the people who complained about the fact that they got an Amber Alert that woke them up in the middle of the night. There is a bigger picture here, people. We need to get real. Let's stop focusing on the mediocre things. I told my listeners in the beginning of the year, this is your year for greatness. But everything you want to achieve in this year, you have to feel it if you want to hear it. You want to feel loved? You want to hear you're loved? Feel like you're loved. You want to hear you're successful? Feel successful. We have to do better as a people. It doesn't matter what race, what culture, what creed, what nationality. What's most important is looking out for each other. If we do not spend our time focusing on the mediocre things, we can make a change. We should have been talking today on Facebook and every social media platform or forum. We should have been talking about ways to prevent this from happening the next time. Ways that we can do more than just have an Amber Alert. Ways that we can become advocates or intercede or stand in the gap for the less fortunate or the vulnerable population. That should have been the focus. That should have been the post. That should have got the attention. We should have mentioned her name in our post. We should have said well wishes. We should have said something about that. I saw a bunch of posts with arguments, fights, debates, name calling. Ironically, this is the same thing that caused a young lady to lose her life. Arguments and debates between the parents. Miscommunication. We go right back into it. Somebody lost their life, and instead of we make a change to correct the situation, we are doing the same thing that will contribute to more of that. Arguments, not agreements. Name calling. Poking. Taking jabs. Let's do better as a people. I'm going to continue to listen to this. Let's listen to some more of this, and I'll continue after that.
Neighbors here in the area in Queen and Kennedy and Brampton say that they are stunned that this Amber Alert they received on their phone ended right here in their backyard.
Just what could be wrong? Like, what happened? The last thing we expected was children. It is. It's going to be terrible because all the neighbors are really nice and friendly and all kid-loving, and, you know, it's tragic for something like this to happen.
That was a neighbor speaking to the news reporter about how nice the community is and how nice the neighborhood is and how much they love kids, how much they love the neighborhood is lovely and all of that. That's fantastic. That's great news. But it didn't stop this from happening. You see, majority of the time, everybody's nice until they do something that's not nice. Everybody's nice until they say something that's not nice anymore. Now, what is nice, by the way? Nice is something based on your own interpretation. It's subject to your own definition. That's what nice is. That guy, if this did not happen, I'm sure a lot of people would have still considered him to be a nice person. The issue is not being nice or not nice. That's not the issue. The issue is getting to a place where we start respecting and appreciating the views of individuals without making them feel like they cannot express themselves. They feel like they're suffocated or they're suffocating because they cannot express how they truly feel. And when people express how they truly feel, they have a better idea of the individual within. So let's get to a place where we welcome people's opinion as individuals, as groups, and also as one people. Let's join our voices and let the majority of us speak the same language. I always tell people, if you can think it, you can believe it. And if you can believe it, you can achieve it. This isn't that difficult. We just have to put ourselves in a selfless position. Why are we fighting on Facebook today about who's mad that the Amber Alert worked them? That is not a priority. I don't see it as a necessity. I don't see it as a demand. Why is that a conversation to have on a day like today when we understand the Amber Alert was because some kid was missing and in turn her life is gone? Let's come back to reality, people. Do not be swayed and dismayed by this era of social media. Do not be distracted by what's irrelevant. And do not focus on mediocre things. Let's look at what's superior. Let me continue to listen to this and I'll get back to you after.
Police continue to have 106 Hanson Road North all taped off for the investigation. There was more activity here earlier this morning, but now it has since died down a little bit as police officers are surrounding the home but are no longer going in and out of it. I just got off the phone with a Peel Police media officer. She says that the suspect is expected to appear in Brampton court sometime today. We don't know exactly what time. But again, 41-year-old Roopesh Rajkumar now under arrest, allegedly, of course, for killing his daughter here.
Right. You hear that? She ended it off by saying specifically he's under arrest allegedly. You know what the allegedly means? It's alleged. It's not proven yet. So there is a chance that he can still get off or be found not guilty based on technicalities or lack of evidence, whatever the case may be. Alright? The fact of the matter is this. There is only one sure thing we know for sure right now, and it's the fact that a young girl lost her life. He can be proven not guilty. He can be let out on bail. He can leave the country, whatever the case may be. But there's one fact of the matter that remains the same and it will not change, is that the young lady lost her life based on arguments, disputes, and adults not being able to get along. So if we can use this example and this young lady's life to say within ourselves, we can do better. We do not need to go on Facebook. We do not need to go on YouTube and argue with other people, call people's name, and also make more fights, cause more disputes. We can use this as a perfect example to do better. I understand. Some people are mad that the Amber Alert woke them up. They did not know somebody lost their life. Let's not focus on that. Let's not be distracted by mediocre things. It's time to get back to reality. I took some time out and I made a sacrifice to do this episode. A few people were asking me to talk about it, to do an episode about it, and to touch on it. I felt like I didn't have enough information to speak about it, but I made this episode to say we can do better. Let's not focus on the fact that somebody is mad that an Amber Alert woke them up. Let's not call them names and let the fight spiral and the views go up and the comments get to a maximum. Let's not get involved with those mediocre things. Let's look at the fact that somebody lost their life, and we can use this emotionally to create a change and look deep within ourselves to say we can do better. We have to do better. Some of us don't have kids yet. Some of us think we may never have kids. Some of us have nephews, nieces. It's not the fact that she's just a girl that died. It goes deeper than that. I want to say thank you so much for everybody that reached out to me and thought it would be perfect for me to speak on this topic and subject. I really feel blessed that I've had so many people trying to get me to speak on it. It tells me I'm doing something good and I'm most appreciative. And for everybody within the sound of my voice, in the city of Jaffridge, this is a different episode. I say salute to that young lady, because deep down and deep inside, I have an idea. I can't say I can imagine. I can't say I know. I can't say I relate. But I know that it's not normal for a dad to take his daughter's life or his kid's life or somebody else's life. It's not normal. We have to do better. Let's start by focusing on ourselves doing better. Let's not argue. Let's agree. Let's not complain. Let's compliment. Let's not make excuses. Let's make efforts. It's Jaffridge coming to you live and alive from the city of Jaffridge. This is a show called Open Minded Not Blinded. You can find me at Jaffridge. That's Jahf Reach, like I'm about to reach over there. You can find me on Google, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Twitter, YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, Facebook, and all that. Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at Jaffridge. Remember, don't keep the message to yourself. Please share it. with someone else. Until the next one, it's Jaff Reach, not Jaff Come. Salute, Kaba.